Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nerdly Adventures. My name is Elijah, and I have for you guys my July reading, which I actually read less in June. July has been a very busy month for me, so this is really going to just be a review of the only book that I did read for this month, which is Batman Knightfall. However, I would like to first give my gripes on a book that I began reading and am still technically reading and was not able to finish. And that book is Batman Incorporated by Grant Morrison. I am getting very close to finishing this, but this is just I've not liked it. I and this is the deluxe edition. Does not really give any exposition before he just starts randomly recruiting people. There's like a villain that's already pre-established. I don't really understand it. Um the art is nice, but even then, the whole concept of Batman Incorporated to me doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Batman is Batman. We don't need more Batmans. So, I I am not a Batman Incorporated fan. I don't know how everyone else is going to feel in the comments, so please tell me what you think about Batman Incorporated. I thought I had heard that it wasn't a fan favorite, but maybe it's like a beloved take that I am like totally butchering. I have no idea. Let's get into the real gem of July, that being Knightfall. Okay, I read this while I was on vacation, and I love it. I love that. Now, this is volume 1 of Knightfall, and I absolutely adore the story. I love the idea of how Bane is like, he has no real quarrel with Batman. Batman's like, who the heck are you? I've never even met you before. And he's like, oh, I've heard of you. And it gives us Bane's origin story, which there are very few characters from, and I believe this is like the 90s. Very few characters from the 90s are introduced this early on and are so widely accepted and interpreted as Bane. Harley Quinn is probably the only other one, but she was a Batman the Animated Series introduction. So I think Bane is also one of my favorite Batman villains. Killer Moth is supposed to be the opposite of Batman. I've heard that. I don't know if that's true or not. I think Bane is the real Batman, but just flipped. And I mean, he has the peak mind, the peak body. He only uses the venom. Like, we don't even really see him use venom that much. He only uses it when he really needs to put down. And I appreciate that. The art is very good. There's one section of it, and I'm trying to find it in the actual book here. There's one section that the art was really weird, and I don't really like it. I can't remember which story that was, but yeah, I love the idea of all of the villains breaking out of Bane breaking all the villains out of Arkham to slow down the Batman. He is breaking the Batman. Batman has had to recatch all of his villains. We see Zsasz, who I personally haven't read anything with Zsasz in it. Same with Firefly. Neither of them I've really read anything about them. I mean, I know who they are and I know decently well about them, but this is the first book that I had actually physically read them in. You have the Scarecrow. You have let's see who else. Killer Croc, which they don't really show him a whole lot in this volume. Mad Hatter, Scarecrow. Who was the other one I'm thinking of? The Ventriloquist. It was just, I really like the story, and I really like how it's led up. They don't ever show Azrael really as Azrael. He has his like Batman-esque suit, and then he becomes the Batman, and we see at the very end like, oh my gosh, what in the world are you wearing, Azrael? And I'm really excited to read the next volume. This has also sparked my interest in creating my Batman Knightfall action figure shelf. So let me do a quick little tidbit about that. So McFarlane Toys has actually produced quite a few Knightfall figures. They just released the Bane and Batman 2-pack, which I'm on the hunt for. I have the original Batman Knightfall figure, but I use that as just my standard Batman because it's the best Batman figure McFarlane has produced, hands down. Sorry, other fans. I agree with that take. They also have the Knightfall Catwoman and Nightwing. I have to look at my shelf here. I have both of those, so those are going to go really nicely on a Knightfall shelf, as well as they did a Knightfall Zsasz. He was a McFarlane Toys exclusive. I know, but whatever. They have a Tim Drake Robin who's not particularly Knightfall, but he fits the bill very well. I'm trying to think of the other Knightfall figures that they've produced that I had put on the shelf. So I think a really cool Knightfall shelf would be like Bane breaking Batman's back, and then you have Catwoman and Zaz and Nightwing and just all these other characters around him, just like, oh my gosh, he broke the bat. And like, or Azrael Batman. They've done like 3 different as bats, really. So that's the original one is super expensive to find. Like the standard as bat suit is $80, and then they have the new platinum edition / standard edition where he has like the big like pointy things on the back instead of a cape. But that being said, this really rejuvenated my love for Knightfall. I hadn't actually read it before. I have the other 2 volumes. Hopefully I can read those soon once I inevitably finish this train wreck of a book that is Grant Morrison's Batman Incorporated. So that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I really wish I would have had a lot more to read. I hope August. I keep saying I hope. I have so many trade paperbacks I need to read, and I have even more single issues. I have like over 1,000 comics in my collection and I've only read like 200 of them. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.